61A, lecture number 6, announcements. Midterm 1 is on Monday. If you need to take it at an alternate time because you have a time conflict or this is in the middle of the night, please fill out the alternate time request form by this Thursday. You will record your screen and your head so that we can make sure you're just taking the exam as opposed to collaborating with others. You have options for how to do this that were described in this long midterm 1 email. You can use Zoom, you can use Loom, or you can use your phone. Whatever you decide to do, please practice making a 2-hour video today. It doesn't take up 2 hours to do this. You just start the video and do something else, like work on your project. And at the end of 2 hours, make sure that nothing went wrong with the video. Then you won't have to worry about it on exam day. You can request an exemption from the proctoring policy, but you have to do that by this Thursday. Here's a form. We will offer a short practice exam on Friday, and we're going to run it twice, from 1 to 2 and from 7 to 8. We'll also just make it available after 8 for 48 hours, so if you want to take it on Saturday or Sunday, you can. And the practice exam is going to use the same software as the real exam, so taking it will make sure that you're familiar with everything. And I think it's a good idea to record yourself taking this practice exam just to make sure that everything's working the way you'd expect. Something else to think about this week is that you're welcome to create a 1-page, 2-sided sheet of notes, but you do have to create it yourself. You can also use scratch paper on the exam. Since basically everything about the course is available to you, you might not need any notes, and that's fine. But sometimes students like to copy down some instructive examples that they've seen in lecture or lab or discussion or somewhere and just have it handy. You're welcome to do that. If you want to store your notes electronically, that is allowed, but only in one way, which is to create a Google Doc that you do not share with anybody else, that you create yourself. And you must grant edit access to CS618 at berkeley.edu. We will not edit it, but you're still required to give us access just so we can see what's on that Google Doc. A student group called HKN, or Eta Kappa Nu, has offered to hold a review session, which is currently tentatively planned for Saturday from 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. Pacific Time. They will post details to Piazza, and I will link those from here whenever that's posted. Based on your feedback from the Week 2 survey, I've changed all labs to be due Tuesday instead of Monday. This applies to Lab 2 as well, which is due this Tuesday. The HOG project is due this week. Please complete and submit Phase 1, which does not include Question 6, but does include Question 5, by Tuesday. And then you receive the checkpoint, which is worth 1 point out of 25. Not a big amount, but you should still do it. You can get another point by submitting early. So try to finish on Thursday. If it doesn't work out, you finish on Friday, and you don't lose any points. You just miss out on 1 early submission bonus point. We'll have a project party from 7 to 9 today. And we have lots of office hour appointments available. So you can follow the link here, or the other way to get there is to go to the office hours page and click on the appointments link. Either way would get you to the same place. We release new appointments at 10 p.m. every night for the next day. And so this afternoon, there are many available appointments. There are many appointments that have already been filled, so I know some people have discovered this already. But if you'd like to know exactly when you're going to get to ask your question, why not make an appointment? And then you don't have to wait around. You'll know exactly when it's going to happen. You could also join the office hours queue. It's not open all the time because we don't have staff to answer questions all the time. But you can review the times that it's open by looking at the office hours page, which gives you this schedule. And you can see that there's office hours most evenings and for a long time on Thursday. I have also seen lots of people making private Piazza posts. In fact, there are so many that we can't answer them all immediately, so expect to wait some time if you make a private post, but keep those posts coming. We will definitely answer them all. Finally, the HOG GUI was broken. This is the graphical user interface, the part you don't have to write. In all previous semesters, the rules were such that player 0 and player 1 always alternated turns. There were no extra turns. That's a new thing this semester. and we had to update the GUI to handle the fact that sometimes the same player would get 2 turns in a row. Now it's fixed. If you want to play with the GUI, you should download the project again. You can keep your old work, but you do need to copy over the new version of hoggui.py and the GUI files directory. Discussion 2 and its associated tutorials are this Wednesday. You really have to go to the orientation before you go to the tutorial, or the tutorial's not going to make any sense. So please go to the orientation and then go to do your tutorial. And we also have another exam prep section this Friday. Here are all the Zoom links, as well as links to the lecture Q&A for this lecture and Friday's lecture. There's not really any new content in the course this week because you have plenty to do finishing up your project and getting ready for the midterm. But today we'll talk a little bit about how to design a large program and go through an extended example that I think you'll enjoy. And Friday will mostly be about preparing for the midterm. We'll do some review questions together. I'll talk about some past questions and how to approach them. Okay, here we go.